Witam ponownie na moim kanale. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be exploring Vigilia with you, which is the traditional meal you will have on Christmas Eve in Poland. Vigilia is served as a supper on Christmas Eve. Traditionally, we eat 12 meals, wigilijne potrawy. Meat is omitted on Vigilia, and you will be permitted to have fish. In fact, there are many fish dishes that are served, and the other meals are, of course, vegetarian. The 12 meals symbolize the 12 apostles. I will be referencing recipes from Polish Mama Cooks, The Polish Housewife, Polish Your Kitchen, polishmeals.com, CookINPolish, and from the Spruce Eats Barbara Rolek. Each meal in this video is directly linked to a recipe in the description box. Make sure you check out these fantastic recipes from these Polish cooks. Before we begin, I would like to mention the most important aspect of Vigilia that precedes it all, and that is the Oplatek. The Oplatek is a thin wafer made of water and flour, and it's very similar to the communion host you would receive in a Catholic Mass. This Oplatek is shared with everyone at the table before food is served. The Oplatek tradition dates centuries back to the podpłomyk. The podpłomyk is a flat bread baked over an open flame and also shared with family on Christmas Eve. In order to break the bread more easily, patterns are cut onto the surface. To this day, an Oplatek will traditionally have a pattern on it, and usually it will be of some kind of nativity scene. Legend has it that if an animal eats an Oplatek on Christmas Eve, at midnight, it will speak in human tongue, and only those of pure spirit will be able to hear them. Traditionally, as is in every Polish household, what is served first? Zupa. Soup, of course. There are two kinds of soups that you can serve during a Vigilia. One is barszcz z uszkami, which is beet soup with a dumpling, which are usually stuffed with some kind of mushroom filling. Or you can indulge in zupa grzybowa, mushroom soup. So it is really up to your preference which one you prefer. As I mentioned before, fish is very much a desirable option to have on the table. Ryba po grecku, which is Greek fish, is very popular on a Polish wigilijny stół. Carp is another wonderful addition to have. Śledzie, usually pickled, are also a delicacy on the wigilijny stół. Wouldn't be a Polish Vigilia without, of course, pierogi. Usually pierogi ruskie, so again, no meat filling, some form of potato and cheese filling is acceptable and encouraged. You can also serve pierogi with a kapusta z grzybami. Gołąbki are also a lovely staple, and again, because of the no meat rule, we will stuff them with buckwheat and mushrooms. Bigos is always a wonderful dish to have on Vigilia. While bigos naturally tastes amazing with some kielbasa, this time around it will also have plenty of mushrooms and some plums. They add a lovely sweet taste to your bigos. Łazanki are a very interesting kind of meal. They are composed of flat noodles and cabbage. Kluski z makiem are noodles with paprika poppy seed paste, orange peels, and raisins. It's a meal that is more on the slightly sweeter side, but it is something that you will find commonly on the Vigilijny stew. Kutia is very similar to our kluski z makiem, except that with the kutia you use cracked wheat, and then you add your mak, which is your poppy seed. You will add all kinds of dried fruits, apricots, raisins, and you may even introduce some nuts. So once again, it is another meal on the sweeter side. And then for normal dessert, we have makowiec. Makowiec also has the poppy seed ingredient. It looks very much like a pumpkin roll, except it only looks like it in design, but everything else is different. It's made with yeast dough, and the filling, of course, is the poppy seed paste. It isn't meant to be very sweet, even though most of these meals are on the sweeter side. But again, it also has the raisins and the nuts. Finally, with what will you wash all of these lovely dishes down? And that will be kompot. Basically, you'll take water, lots of dried fruits, and you boil it all down and turn it into a broth. You can also add some honey or sugar if you like, and then you drink it hot with all those lovely fruit still hanging around. Now you don't just drink the broth alone, you include the dried fruit inside that has been boiling on the stove for a while, and you indulge in it all. Following your Vigilijny supper, you will head out to Mass with your family to what is known as a pasterka, which is basically the Mass that is held right on Christmas Eve, and it's intended to celebrate Christmas. And that is all for this tradition. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing, giving me a thumbs up. I will see you in my next video i wesołych świąt Wam życzę. Do widzenia.